Welcome to Madrid Reviews. This is your host, Christian Madrid. And on today's video, we're going to be talking about Nobody 2. Let's get to the review now, yo. Alright, y'all, let's get into this. So, I watched Nobody 2 last night, and this movie, it was great. I was surprised. Usually action sequels can be hit or miss, but I really like this action sequel. I even like it a little better than the first, even though they're both pretty good. It's a tough one. I might have to see the first one again, but I think I like Nobody 2 a little better. It's not a serious movie, and it's not a movie that's gonna win Oscars, but it doesn't need to be. And it's just an entertaining and goofy action flick, a nice way to spend an hour and a half. Timio Tajanto, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, did a fantastic job directing this movie and making this a great action sequel that's even better than the first film, in my opinion, as I explained earlier. The writing's really good. It has a simple story about a family man that just tries to go on vacation with his family, and he wanders into the wrong town and all hell breaks loose. It definitely does. I like the simplicity of the story. The action sequences are great, along with the funny dialogue that has many great jokes. Some can be a little corny, but for the most part, it's a very funny movie. Some great stunt work in those action sequences. This movie feels like a mixture of a throwback to old school action films, along with adding a modern spin to it. The acting is great, as Bob Odenkirk, Christopher Lloyd, Colin Haynes, and even Sharon Stone. They all give solid performances. Sharon Stone's, it's a little cartoony, but I thought she did a good enough job. She was one of the hottest actresses in the 90s. She's still looking good in this movie. And yeah, it's good to see her in a movie again. It's been a minute since I've seen her in a movie. Cinematography is great, with some very well shot scenes, especially during the action sequences. Some of them were like really well shot, and a great production design. Looks like it was shot in actual locations, and the visual effects are terrific, as it's a pretty violent and bloody movie. And there's a mixture of practical and CGI effects, which are great. The sound effects makes the action really feel energetic and loud, and the soundtrack, it's pretty good. It oddly works. The editing offers some terrific pacing, as very fast-paced film. It goes by pretty quick. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's only an hour and a half long. It's not a very long film at all. Overall, Nobody 2 is a great film, and I think it's one of the best action films of the year. This is not, an action-heavy kind of year. It's more, a horror, kind of year. But, it's a solid action movie. It's a solid movie overall. I recommend giving this movie a watch, and I give this movie an A-. We're eating really good watching this movie. Hi, Halo, did you like the movie too? This is my dog coming to visit me, my bad. But yeah, it's a very good movie. Give it an A-. Eating very good. In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's type shit. Alright, y'all. That is the end of the video. Don't forget to hit that like button. Comment on whether you have seen this movie or excited to see it. And if you've seen it, let me know your thoughts. What's your favorite action film you've seen recently? Nobody 2 was really good. I recommend it. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button alert to know when I drop a new review. Appreciate you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night. Whatever time you watch this, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch me talk about movies. Thank you. Bye-bye.